A report documenting violations of the Geneva Conventions by Russia includes 15 personal stories of Ukrainian prisoners of war and their families. Each account serves as evidence of genocide against the Ukrainian people and war crimes committed by the Russian Federation.
Це макулатура, яка називається
This is a piece of paper, which is called the article-by-article commentary on the Geneva Conventions. This is called an ideal world, which international organizations report on. The Red Cross reports on. But our reality is different, what we live through, as have all nations dealing with Russia over the past 30 years. The 1999 Istanbul Protocol lists 16 forms of torture. Russia had used at least 14 of them on Ukrainian Poles. We must continually bring this to the world's attention.
Since Russia's full-scale invasion, Ukraine has secured the release of 3,767 individuals from Russian captivity. However, as the Ukrainian Parliament Commissioner for Human Rights noted, tens of thousands of Ukrainians remain detained by Russia, with their exact numbers unknown, due to Moscow's obstruction of the International Committee of the Red Cross. Despite this, the ICRC has failed to mention such issues in its reports.
If the ICRC continues to demonstrate its inefficiency, we will establish a new organization based on global ombudsman. We've already initiated communications and some of my colleagues have taken concrete steps. For example, my Turkish counterpart visited Ukraine, gained access to Russian polls and publicly appealed to Russia for access to Ukrainian prisoners. We're still waiting for a response.
One of the most egregious war crimes committed by Russia is the deportation of Ukrainian children. According to Lubinets, over 19,500 children have been forcibly taken from Ukraine since the invasion began. Only 1,012 have been returned. These crimes have been meticulously documented by Ukraine's Prosecutor General's office. A team of 16 prosecutors from 6 countries, including representatives from the US, is working under Eurojust to prepare materials for a future special tribunal in The Hague. Since the invasion began, Ukraine has opened nearly 170,000 cases related to war crimes and crimes against national security, as calculated by current time.
The majority of cases, 143,906, are related to violations of the laws and customs of war. These include offenses such as mistreatment of prisoners of war or civilians and the use of weapons prohibited under international law. Nearly 9,000 criminal cases have been opened for collaboration with the enemy, 3,700 for treason and 3,200 for attempts to undermine Ukraine's territorial integrity. Law enforcement agencies of Ukraine suspect over 700 members of Russia's military and political leadership of involvement in these crimes, from the Current Time publication.
The Ukrainian Foreign Ministry has emphasized that a special tribunal is the only way to hold Russia's top political and military leadership accountable for the crime of aggression. This is because the ICC lacks jurisdiction over crimes of aggression, specifically against Ukraine, due to legal constraints. A special tribunal would complement the ICC's work. Support for such a tribunal has come from 44 nations, including Canada, the US, Japan, Georgia, New Zealand, the UK, and numerous EU countries, along with the European Parliament and the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe. On March 17, 2023, the ICC issued an arrest warrant for Vladimir Putin, accusing him of war crimes, including the deportation of Ukrainian children. Putin faces the possibility of arrest in 123 countries that have ratified the Rome Statute. Reported by Bastun Katerina Victoria Smirnova, UATV News.